But here she is, Dr. NILIMA SABHARWAL. She's the founder of Home of Hope, and you can see how passionate she is. If she'll stop you anywhere, she'll start talking about Home of Hope. Here she is.
Thank you so much. Before I begin, thank you, Sabir, so much. Your speech was so inspiring. HOH is so blessed to have you as an advisor and mentor. And the youth chapter, Anjali Bajaj and Nathan and all the youth, our youth chapter, you are our pride. And you are going to take the legacy forward. And now, you wonderful audience, I welcome each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for coming. And all you sponsors, do you know we have 32 sponsors? I can't thank each one of you, but I'll say thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway, what did you think of that video? I'm sure it tugged at your heartstrings. That, thank you, thank you. That video is a testimony of HOH work, one of many. I know there are many charities out there, and every charity is doing good work. But I have been told by many that HOH is kind of different. In Hindi, you will say, Zara hatke. It's hard to understand HOH by just reading our website and our newsletters. To understand HOH, one has to experience it. Today, HOH has become a movement created by all of you with one goal. And that goal is to empower the disadvantaged child to become a self-sustaining citizen of tomorrow. And how do we do this? Well, we implement programs focusing on education, vocational training, and now English empowerment. In a span of 14 years, HOH has implemented close to 20 programs and over 18 projects all over India, including one in the US, and has touched the lives of thousands and thousands of children, close to 50,000. How did this happen? Well, the HOH formula is working. The proof is in the pudding. The HOH formula, and this formula is simple, creative, and innovative, completely aligned with Silicon Valley, the birthplace of creativity and innovation. So Silicon Valley, you guys, you've got to recognize us now, help us and join this movement. I insist. Now, talking about the magical HOH formula. It is magic. Our programs are magic. They work as an ignition, igniting our partners, who are, we call them foot soldiers, to maximize their potential where sky's the limit. And you saw that in Manovikas, in that video. Let me tell you something. Manovikas was a dream of an 8th grader called Alok, who just wanted to help the mentally challenged child of a peanut seller. I met him in year 2000. Alok was a young adult, and Manovikas was a dismal hole in the wall. Well, HOH did its magic. We started programs in a bathroom. And I'm very proud to say that today, Manovikas is an institution, a training center. Alok is a consultant with the Indian government, offered the Indian government the self-assessment tools of autism, the first job fair, even the posters for the mentally challenged children. Manovikas has become a leader in the field of the mentally challenged. First of its kind in India, can you believe it? The first MBA program for the mentally challenged, the first community college for the mentally challenged. In fact, they had their convocation ceremony just this year. It gets even better. Manovikas was responsible for the Disability Act in India, where mentally challenged children today are guaranteed admission in mainstream schools. It gets even better. They now have a certificate as our president mentioned, from the Central Board of Education, where mainstream schools now have a special ed program like you have in the US. So what does all this mean? Well, what it means that these special children now have hope. These were the kids who were abandoned by their families, like Manoj. Anand, his relatives just left him on a train to be lost and forgotten. Today, they have hope to live a life of dignity. Now, they can get a high school diploma, they can get a community college diploma, and they are out there in the job market. You know what? We can't churn enough kids. There's such a demand for them. All the kids that graduated have been gobbled up by companies like Barista and Haldiram. So let me tell you something. HOH, this tiny little organization, barely known outside of the Bay Area, has made an impact, a national impact in India, a population of over billion people. If that is not magic, what is magic? HOH is an ignition and we are magic. I'll give you 3 more examples where HOH has been an ignition, and I promise you it'll be less than 3 minutes. The first example, HOH funded a simple mental health program in Delhi in 1999. Today it has become an ignition for the Juvenile Justice Law number 46, where every licensed institution in India should have a mental health law in place, and we are the pioneers of that law. Number 2. Yeah, hey. Number 2, unfortunately you missed that on the video. Shabana Azmi was going to say that. We uplifted a simple sewing program in Mijwa village, Shabana Azmi's village. Today, that program, that was in year 2005. Today that program has been adopted by Manish Malhotra. It is the most famous village in India. Today hundreds of kids, girls have employment because Mijwa is a nidus for up to 12 villages around Mijwa. So that's example number 2. I'll give you example number 3. Pingalwara, Amritsar, did not even know the spelling of deafness. They had no clue about sign language. In 2005, we gave them the gift of sign language through computer technology. Today, it's the prestigious Aadhar School of the Deaf. It's become a mecca institution for the deaf and training ground. You know, I can go on, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. But the beauty is, in all these 14 years, HOH has not changed. You know, I really felt it this time when I went to India, because every project that I visited had admin staff, this nice shiny office, and you know, we have no admin staff, we have no office, it's still the trunk of my car. You know, HOH symbolizes pure volunteerism. We have given a new meaning to grassroots. The HOH roots go very, very deep. We're way down there. And, you know, but we do provide a strong anchor. And what you see up there is the fruits. And those fruits are the children that we're trying to help. Thank you very much. Well, you're not going to get rid of me this easily, because just hold on to that last word I said, help. We need your help. Unfortunately, everything comes down to funds, and actually it's not funds this time. I have to paint a house, and it's going to cost me $50,000. All of you have, but I need the paint. The paint is on your table in the form of pledge cards that are red in color. If you see, there are pledge cards on your table. There are pencils there. You can write any number you want. And we have these volunteers walking around with all kinds of high-tech equipment. I hope it works. You know, laptops and iPads and all kinds of things. So you can pay with cash, charge, anything you want.